Welcome to the United Arab Emirates and its capital city, Abu Dhabi, which once again hosts a prestigious Judo Grand Slam. Last year, Abu Dhabi showed the power of sport and made history, as for the first time, Israel competed under their own flag in a Gulf nation. And this year, to mark that moment, Judo took centre stage at the International Fair Play Committee's World Fair Play Awards, earning the World Fair Play Trophy for promotion. And, as it's World Judo Day, we'll be taking a look at this year's theme, Plant a Tree. We'll speak with Mr. Charisma, Roy Mayer. And from inside the Mubadala Arena, we'll bring you all the best action, where a host of Olympic and world champions were looking to make their mark, as the race for Olympic qualification reaches fever pitch. We start at the heaviest weight of plus 100 kilograms, and with one of Judo's biggest characters, Dutch powerhouse and consummate entertainer, Roy Mayer. Mayer is rapidly becoming a fan favourite, and this year has seen him achieve a dream by taking a bronze medal at the World Championships in Tokyo with a fabulous performance. He was here to prove that was no fluke. The highlight of his preliminary rounds came in a potentially tricky encounter against Krakowetsky of Kyrgyzstan. A powerful attack was dealt with brilliantly by the Dutchman, countering for an emphatic ippon. Awaiting him in the final would be the dangerous Ukrainian Kamo, himself an expert counter-attacker. He showed his credentials with some stunning judo. A huge Kosoto against Dragic of Slovenia shook the arena, before he showed lightning speed and incredible power to turn the tables on Korea's Kim and set up an enticing final. Two world medalists, two powerhouses. Mayer versus Kamo. Could Mayer will himself to a first ever Grand Slam gold? Your commentator is former world champion Neil Adams.
Mayer so determined. 40 seconds into golden score and Mayer looking for every opportunity. Now he's going to look for the groundwork. Likes his groundwork now. Been doing a lot of work with it. Has he got the strangle? And Kamo has rolled into the hold down. He had to do it, otherwise he was going to be strangled. And that was a good bit of newaza there by Roy Mayer. Look at the pressure that he put on there, and look at the turn into the hold down, and Kamo is not going anywhere. That was absolute brilliance, and Mayer wins his first ever Grand Slam. What a year he's having, he really is. He looked so determined coming into this. It was all evens until 40 seconds into golden score, and then Mayer, well, he went to ground, and he's been working on it, and you can see he's been working on it. And that turnover there was because of the pressure on the neck. He turned into the hold down, and Roy Mayer is just adding to what has been a brilliant year. What a character he is.
We spoke to Roy after the final.
As of last year, I'm really working at being comfortable outside of my comfort zone. I'm taking extra training sessions like ice baths for 40 minutes and running in freezers minus 21 degrees, just to be there, to have that attitude. And when I'm there, then nothing will faze me or surprise me in competition and training sessions. So it's fun, everything is fun. Don't make it heavy. I grew up in a troubled home, you know. My parents were fighting a lot, financial troubles. I had a lot of energy as a small child, and that in combination with all the fighting, all the stress at home, that resulted in a lot of trouble in society, at school and everywhere. So at a certain point I wasn't able to live at home any longer. So when I was 10 years of age, I had to move from home, and I spent for about 7 years outside home, without parents, in places, you know, with groups, and there were even 3 years that I had to live in juvenile prisons because there wasn't enough space in the normal places. As a teenage guy, I was living in that environment, and at a certain point I was like, no man, I can't live this life. And at that point I decided that I would move out from there, from that situation. I told the people there, psychologists, the behavior experts, like I would be moving out from there in 6 months, and they started laughing because they're like, Roy, where do you get that crazy silly idea from? You're not leaving here anytime soon. And I was like, okay. And 6 months later, I came in front of the juvenile judge. So he smacked that dossier on the desk with a very big smile. He said, Roy, I only encountered maybe 2 or 3 boys that make a 180-degree change. And I'm really happy to give you a chance to try again. And I was hungry to build a life, to build a home, to build a family, and to build a future that was worth living. And I started doing judo again. I picked it up, and I knew this is not going to be the boat where I would survive on. It's going to be the boat where I would thrive on. The moment I go on the mat, my coach, Jean-Paul Bell, he taught me 3 words. That's aggression, intent, and focus. Before I walk on the mat, there are only 3 words in my mind. There are goosebumps climbing up my spine, and my brain is exploding with the chance to fight and that feeling. Some people maybe like to bungee jump or to feel alive, but when I'm in that tournament, when I'm able to really fight and give it my all, man, I'm feeling happy. It may not look like it when I'm walking towards the mat, towards the tatami, or when I'm fighting on the mat, because you can see the fire in my eyes, the passion and the will to win. But I really respect my opponents, and even after the fight, I really like to fight them. I always have a good word for them, and that they're strong opponents, and I really believe that also. Judo is a family, and I really like it. I really like that.
The under 66 kilogram category saw Italy's young gun Manuel Lombardo take to the tatami. He got better and better as the day progressed. A workmanlike counterattack got his day going. He then stepped up a gear with a quick kataguruma, before really finding his rhythm. First, with an enormous sodi against Mongolia's Ganbol Kerlin. No mean feat against a man with 3 World Tour wins in the last year, including the prestigious World Masters. And then, an effortless Osoto to dispatch former world champion and Bowl of Korea. Lombardo had taken it to another level. Facing off against the Italian in the final would be Azerbaijan's Safarov. The standout moment of his day, this excellent counterattack against the tricky Kazakh world number 9, Sarikshanov. Safarov looked ready to stop Lombardo in his tracks. But after a silver medal 3 weeks ago at the Brasilia Grand Slam, surely nothing was going to stop Lombardo as he walked out for his 2nd World Tour final.
Lombardo really on the best of form. He really is getting better and better every single match. What a tournament he's had so far as well. Drops Sianagi, and he gets a Wazari for that. Safarov couldn't stop it. Look at that. Ippon Sianagi there. Didn't quite get him onto his back, but what a Wazari. Now Lombardo going forwards. Strong fight for grips, change of direction, and it's all over. Wazzetti Ippon, and Lombardo looking absolutely awesome. He switched direction. First technique, of course, was Sianagi. This one, though, Yoko Otoshi, he just switches the direction there. Safarov didn't have a chance. Look at the drive he gets. Look at the legs, and look at the control of the upper part of the body. Absolute brilliance from Lombardo, and he is looking great with the Olympics looming.
Lombardo was awarded his medal by Mr. Umar Kremlev, Secretary General of the Boxing Federation of Russia. We are surely going to see a lot more of this young man. At the heaviest female weight of over 78 kilograms, Korea's Mi Jin put on a judo masterclass. A gigantic Uchimata got things going against Poland's Kulaga, before a stunning Ashiguruma saw her past Kalanina of the Ukraine. She then flattened Jiang of China and found herself in the final against last year's Abu Dhabi silver medalist and Fatoumata Mbairo of France. Could the Frenchwoman stop Han in her tracks? Or would the Korean's momentum keep rolling?
Well, a Shido apiece. But Han, I don't think, is going to need that Shido because she's been on blistering form. Now looking for the Uchimata, I'm sure. There's the Uchimata! And she gets the Ippon there. And look how pleased she is. Han has devastated this heavyweight division. And she did it in style. Everyone an Ippon. And look at her face there. That says it all. Brilliant stuff. And Han wins the gold medal. She attacked the outside of the leg there, Mbairo, and she paid the price. She suddenly turned it, didn't she, Han? And turned it into the Uchimata and finishes the day in style. Look at the lift she gets. Look at the control. And, wow, it means so much to Han because she has obliterated a good heavyweight division.
And there was another Korean making waves at under 81 kilograms, the little-known Lee Moon-jin. Watching him go about his business in the eliminations, there was no hint that this was a man ranked number 406 in the world, and who'd lost in the first round in his only other outing in the World Judo Tour. He was electrifying. His best moment, that picture-perfect Sianagi against Turkey's Al Bayrak. Lee was into the final. Awaiting him there would be Georgia's rising star, Luka Maisaradze, one of the bronze medalists from this year's World Championships, who looked on outstanding form himself, reaching the gold medal match in style by beating Canada's Antoine Valois-Fortier. Who would tip the balance in their favour in the final?
What a tournament Lee is having. Came into this tournament ranked 406 in the world, and now he's taken a world-class field apart. That's Wazari. And Maisaradze, the world bronze medalist, has just been rolled over. What a counter-attack that was. Lee just climbing on top of every opponent. And he's coming from all different angles. Now what's going to happen? Oh, he's done it again. He's done it again. Maisaradze made the same mistake. Committed, but Lee knew exactly what he was doing, and he redirects Maisaradze onto his back. And look at the emotion there. This young man here has done amazing things today. This gold medal means he jumps up a massive 356 places in the world rankings. And who knows, he might just qualify for the Olympic Games. Brilliant stuff from Lee.
This year in the United Arab Emirates is the year of tolerance. The gaff tree, native to this part of the world, was chosen as the logo of this initiative because of its association with environmental heritage. As usual, World Judo Day has fallen on the Abu Dhabi weekend. So to mark it this year, the International Judo Federation decided it would choose Plant a Tree as its initiative, encouraging members of the judo family from all corners of the globe to plant trees wherever they are. Mr. Marius Vizza, along with IJF General Treasurer Nasser Al-Tamimi, His Excellency Mohammed bin Talib Al-Darai and others, planted their gaff tree in Abu Dhabi. While the global judo community took part, planting trees all over the planet. At the time of recording, over 5,300 trees have been planted in 65 countries in a bid to help combat climate change. The IJF wants to participate in the common effort to provide a better future for our children. Back in the Mubadala arena, At under 70 kilograms, 19-time World Tour medalist Kim Polling of the Netherlands was looking to send a message. Up against Greek dynamo Teltsidou, Polling showed no fear and countered big. A huge moment, a huge ippon, and a warning shot fired. Next up, a semi-final with Venezuela's Elvismar Rodriguez, and another barnstorming ippon. A perfect Tomoe-nage. Standing between her and gold, Dutch teammate Sanne van Dijk.
Van Dijk, a Shido on the board. And wow, Kim Polling really pushing hard here because she knows she's got work to do for that Olympic qualification. Oh, so to Gary! Oh, what an ippon from Polling! Polling putting in a world-class performance. Let's just have a look how she did it. Oh, Soto! And she just buries her. What an ippon! And it was under pressure because she had to win this to stand any chance of catching her teammate. Polling is on her way back to her best.
One of the biggest names in judo, double world champion Daria Billet, was stamping her authority on the under 48 kilograms in Abu Dhabi. Throughout the preliminaries, the two-time world champion looked razor sharp, both in newaza and in tashiwaza. Her combination of speed, technique, and aggression was far too much for her opponents. In the final, she faced down Marusia Stanger of Slovenia, one of the few women in the category Billet had never beaten. Until today. The Ukrainian wonder kid once again showed predatory newaza and wasted no time at all, securing a vice-like Sangaku Gatami. And once again, standing tall on top of the podium. Surely she is now set for a historic Olympic gold medal in Tokyo next year. The Democratic People's Republic of Korea's Kim Jin-ah took apart the field at under 57 kilograms with some of the throws of the tournament. She was unstoppable all day. And in the final, she took out French rising star Sarah Leonie Cizik to claim a second World Tour Gold of the year. A medal presented by Mr. Michael Peters, CEO of Euronews. Olympic champion Tina Tursteniak displayed typically ruthless newaza to pin Cuba's Del Toro Carvajal and strengthen her spot at number 3 on the world ranking list. Mr. Isa Hilal Azhazami, Secretary General of the Sharjah Sports Council, Government of Sharjah, awarded Tursteniak her medal. And Tursteniak's teammate Clara Apotekar made it 2 Slovenian golds, as she won the under 78 kilograms. Guzman Kyrgyzbayev was elated to claim Grand Slam glory, as he defeated France's Walid Kiar with a powerful counter. Driving and committing his weight forward, the Kazakh took gold at under 60 kilograms. Turkey's Bilal Seloglu executed this outstanding Kouchigaki in the under 73 kilogram final to overcome Margeladon of Canada. He was awarded his medal by Mr. Victor Huzar, Vice President of the International Techball Federation. The Korean medal train rolled on with gold from Cho Gu Ham at minus 100 kilograms. This stunning score the highlight, on his way to being awarded his medal by Mr. Nis Hat, Managing Director of Sport Accord. And last year's under 90 kilogram world champion Nikolos Shirazadishvili defeated 2 other former world champions on his way to gold. Nemanja Majdov of Serbia, and in the final, Guak Dong Han, with a clever change of direction deep into golden score. His Excellency Mr. Abdullah Al Nayadi, President of the UAE Muay Thai and Kickboxing Federation, presented the Spaniard his medal. In at number 3 on our top ippons from Abu Dhabi is Elvismar Rodriguez. With this spectacular effort that earned her under 70 kilogram bronze against Great Britain's Olympic bronze medalist Sally Conway, earning the Venezuelan a 14th World Tour medal. Our number 2 ippon goes to another Olympic bronze medalist, Diourbek Orazboev of Uzbekistan. An incredible combination, finishing with a Kosoto Gaki, left Brazil's Pilim stunned. And Orazboev celebrating a well-earned bronze medal at under 60 kilograms. Our number 1 ippon came as Dominic Ressel of Germany faced off against Antoine Valois-Fortier of Canada.
Ressel, always dangerous, and he can attack from different angles, different directions. Oh, look at that one! Oh, Valois-Fortier couldn't stop it. Uchimata, and it was the Zantaraya entry into it. Look at the lift he gets. Look at the rotation there. Finishes it off with the hips, and Valois-Fortier right the way over the top and flat onto his back. Just look at that hip movement, and look at the hands finishing the technique off. What a technique that was from Ressel, and that must be the ippon of the tournament.
And finally we come to the under 52 kilograms category, where for a long time Kosovo's Majlinda Kelmendi was the undisputed ruler of the category. At the World Championships 2 months ago, she finally faced off with the new queen, the now 2-time world champion Abbe Uta. It was Abbe who came out on top, meaning Kelmendi would have to settle for bronze. So she came to Abu Dhabi with a point to prove, and the bit between her teeth. One emphatic ippon followed another. Kelmendi started to build momentum. In the quarter-final, the Olympic champion effortlessly countered Korea's Park. She was firing on all cylinders. In the semi-final, one of the form players of the category, Great Britain's Chelsea Giles, was looking for the biggest win of her career. But she was undone by a beautiful piece of timing from the Kosovan. Kelmendi was one match away from gold, and the first hint of redemption. Standing in her way, in a repeat of last year's final and the Olympic final from 2016, would be Italy's Odette Giuffrida. The Italian is rapidly becoming one of the most consistent athletes in the category, and would surely be desperate to defend her Abu Dhabi Grand Slam title from 12 months ago. Giuffrida looked sharp throughout her elimination matches, in both Tashiwaza and on the ground, and would be wanting to stop Kelmendi in her tracks. The final progressed deep into golden score. Who would hold their nerve?
Well, I'm absolutely exhausted. I know these two must be. Rematch of the Olympic final and last year's final as well. It's going to come down to just one mistake. Now then, and it's Giuffrida makes the mistake, and Kelmendi counters Giuffrida, and Giuffrida punches the mat. She's not going to be happy with that. It was all out of balance when she came in. And look at that, Kelmendi, the Olympic champion, takes advantage of it and just directs her cleanly onto her back. Giuffrida, once again, is runner-up to Kelmendi. Kelmendi had to work very, very hard. It went into nearly 5 minutes of golden score. In the end, Kosoto Gak scores the ippon and Kelmendi wins the gold medal. She's coming back to good form at the right time. Kelmendi had to work hard there, but that smile says it all. She is back to good form. And that wink there says, Abbe Uta, I'm coming for you.
So that's it from the Grand Slam here in Abu Dhabi. Join us next from the home of judo, Japan, for the Osaka Grand Slam.